And we are live, guys. Welcome to the Untapped Podcast. And today we're going to be talking about time travel and pretty much if you could turn back time, would you? We're going to get into that right now, right after this. Yeah, boy. What's up, Soul? What's going on, man?
Yo, what's up,
Oh
Scott? How you
shit,
been?
man. Good, man. We're back. We had a week off apparently. Which is good, which is good. I know we've been kind of busy, man. Doing our thing and shit like that. So it's finally episode 4, guys. We are here just getting started on what's today? Tuesday? I'm freaking forgetting my days already. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
it's
it's
Tuesday.
Tuesday. So it's Tuesday. So Soul Man, what's going on, dude? What is going
Not
on? How's everything been?
not much. It's called. It's been busy, like you just said. It was called. A lot of things have happened last week. I moved to my new apartment. Uh, it's called. We found out we're having a new baby.
Oh
Uh,
shit.
we found out my kitten's pregnant too.
Oh my god. Everybody's getting
Yeah,
pregnant, bro. What's going on
every-
here?
it's. I'm yeah. This house is full of preggos. What's it called? But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. It was called besides work. I mean, right now we're in our baby group. What's
Baby
it called right
Groot.
now? Right now we're in
Yes.
that it's called a phase of work where we're understaffed and unfortunately when it comes to that is we have to work sometimes more than we want.
Yeah, true.
Um, so oh yeah,
True.
so I mean hopefully moving forward, be a lot easier. Um,
True.
but yeah, it was
True.
called and yeah, I mean so not much was gone.
That's good, man. Yeah, you gotta stack that dough, bro. Shania, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. How is it going? I got Baby Groot. He was just moving his arms, I think, right now. But yeah, hey, I was on my favorite two hosts. Who that? Who that? Is that this?
I'm, that
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 has to
has
be
to be
this, bro.
this.
That has to be this. YouTube user. What's up, man? Welcome to the podcast. Um, yeah, we're gonna get into the whole time travel talk and our thoughts on it. And for those of you in chat, please chime in and participate in the conversation if you want. Your comment will be showed on screen as you see right there as they come in. Awesome, awesome. All right, so that definitely was Diz. Monty, what's up? Hi guys, it's great to
Money.
see ya. Loved your episode on aliens. Still need to catch up on the other. Yes, thank you so much for watching it. We're definitely So as I was telling Sol the last time, once we finished that alien podcast, I had my dad call me. We were going over stuff. I'm still watching. Still to today. Since then, I'm still watching like documentaries and shit on Project Blue Book and shit like that, bro. It's crazy. I got more info for the next episode that we do regarding aliens and stuff like that. So I'm super excited to jump into that again whenever that is. But I got a lot of info, so like some crazy shit that I wish I would have had prior to that episode. But it was pretty cool to kind of like lay that foundation for that first episode of talking about aliens and UFOs and stuff like that. So yeah, the next one is going to be pretty lit. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you coming in. Shania, I wish I could stay, guys. Sadly, got to go back to work. Yes, got that baby on the way. Got to stack that dough. And congrats. Again, that's going to be awesome, guys.
Yeah,
Um, uh-huh.
Diz in the house for a minute or
Oh,
two, but
oh,
have to get back in this semiconductor plant to fix their crane, and now be back.
hey, there you go,
Okay.
man. Diz is stacking that dough. Diz, when you coming down here, bro? When you coming down to Disney, you got to let us know. We just came back from Epcot on Saturday, man. It was freaking awesome. As you can see, I got Groot on my shoulder. Got him after we got off the Guardian of the Galaxy ride. It was dope, man. But we're gonna be traveling a lot too, so we might head your way. Me and Candy kind of have something set up in the works for the future to be able to travel a little bit more. Um, but yeah, guys, welcome. We're gonna get started in this whole time travel episode here and get your thoughts. So yeah, pretty much Soul. What do you think about time travel, man? What are your thoughts on it? Is it real?
I
Is
mean,
it fake?
I mean, I think it's real. Yes, I think it's real to a certain extent because when it comes to time travel, all it is one object moving faster than the other. So ideally, all it would have to be is let's say for example, you know, in space. I wouldn't necessarily say on Earth there's time travel, but definitely in space, I could argue and say there's probably some sort of time travel.
Yeah.
Whether it be from black holes or just moving moving objects going the speed of sound. I mean, you got to figure. I mean, so when it comes to stars, for example, a star that you see in the sky at night is 7,000 light years away. So the stars that you see today are actually from 7 years ago.
Sheesh, bro. So yeah, and it's funny because when it comes to time travel, they talk about how we don't have the technology yet to go that speed, and this is going to tie into our next alien UFO podcast, because according to the information that's out there and what is being suppressed, all these UFOs and shit like that, how fast they're moving and stuff like that, that's actually reverse engineered by us through that type of technology. So I personally believe we do have that technology to move at that speed of light or whatnot. But yeah, so the whole time travel, I personally think that it's very possible. I think they said that it's possible right now, theoretically, to move or to travel into the future right now versus going back to the past. So with their scientific data and how they kind of prove that. So I thought that was very interesting, and we're going to dive a little bit more into that as well. This says we coming down soon. Get on money and make it happen. Hey man, Monty, let's go. We got to make this happen. You guys got to come down here, bro. We're gonna have such a good time. We'll meet up with you guys. I think you guys have been wanting to come down to Disney for a while, and I get it. Things are get busy or whatnot, but make some time. We all have to make some time for ourselves, right? To go on vacation. This is exactly what me and Candy decided to do this weekend. So we go into Las Vegas, in a month or two. We got a trip planned for Hawaii, which we're going to be taking as well, and then other destinations that we've been dreaming about going to is going to be a reality, which is going to be pretty cool. And let me make sure I got this here. Oh, who else we got in the chat? We got Ms. Hansi. Hi, group. What's up? Welcome. Yeah, so we're still talking about the topic of time travel, guys. So I think we both believe that it's possible. It's possible. To what extent, we don't know. We don't know. Damn well the government's hiding shit. They probably already been doing it. All right, Dr. People. $1 million. But yeah, man. So okay, so guys, yeah, if you're in chat, feel free to comment in. Let us know your thoughts on time travel. Would you do it? You know what I'm saying? And I guess the first question we can ask is, Soul, if you were to we're traveling right now. If we were to, or if you had the ability to go back in time, would you, and when?
I mean, I think anyone would choose a time in their life that, hey, I made a mistake, or, so I'm going to go back in time and fix that. As much as I would want to do that, I don't think I would actually would, because as much as, as teenagers, we make stupid mistakes. As young adults, we make stupid mistakes. I don't think I would actually do that, because to me, is even mistakes, even good or bad, they shape you, they mold you. But and luckily, so I think if I would honestly go back in the past, I would probably go back into a period where I wasn't born. Like it wouldn't affect my life. For instance, let's say I would probably go back in the 50s just to see Elvis.
Yeah.
And just enjoy a different era. Heck, go back in time and into where King Arthur. I'll be a knight for a week.
No, yeah, exactly. So I would do the same. I would go back in time to pretty much be a spectator, if you will.
Yeah.
travel to any time period in the past so I can get to physically experience, things that have happened, like you said, before I was born or before we were born. But obviously, you wouldn't want to interfere. A lot of people will say, "Oh, I'll go back in time and save this person or change this." And by that one little change, you can literally mess up everything, man. That paradox is like, it's crazy. So yeah, I think going back and in time as a spectator at least would probably be, the best. If we had that, if that shit was a ride, imagine that shit as an attraction. Go back to 1950 and spectate this without any consequences. I think anybody going back in time that would have that option just to spectate, I think 9 times out of 10 would definitely take that. Definitely take that trip. Okay, real quick here, Monty, definitely check out Travis Walton's story. It's one of my favorites. Awesome. Yeah. Also with the Project Blue Book is awesome, and there's another one that my father actually put me on, which I saw first. It was a good documentary with Dr. Grenier, some shit like that. He's very famous, and if his story and the shit that he exposes for that or he talks about, it's insane. So definitely, and guys, that question is pretty much for everybody in chat. If you want to chime in, if you were to go back in time, would you, why, when? We'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Candy, at work, but I have you up. Awesome. Don't get in trouble. She also says, hi, Soul. There you go. I'll travel back to get Apple stocks. Yes. I mean, that still kind of changes your outcome in life. But yeah.
But I think in reality, though, it's like, I mean, if you could travel in the past, I mean, I think most people would do it for own personal gain.
Yeah, and that could, that could be detrimental. That could have a very serious effect. Whether you can travel back into time, play the lottery because you know the numbers, right? Become wealthy, and because of something so silly like that, because you played the lottery, you won, you effectively affected someone else's life in possibly a bad way. Like, does that make sense? Because you took that personal gain to become wealthy in the future. Now somebody fucking got hit by a car. You know what I'm saying? Something stupid like that. But shit like that would happen.
It's the dice effect. What's called, every decision you make, for instance, has multiple outcomes.
Yeah.
And each of those outcomes creates a different multiverse. If you have
a timeline, yeah.
So yes, yeah,
yeah.
Timeline. So I think in reality, I mean, I definitely think if you had the, I mean, if in a risky manner, if you had the option to time travel back in time, I think you'd be a liar if you didn't say, "Oh, I would, invest in stocks," or I would invent Google.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 100%. If you were to go back in time and you didn't have any money, let's say, right? Let's say you just had the opportunity to go back in time, you couldn't really affect the market at all. I wonder what people would really do. Would they actually, oh, well, I ain't got shit here anyways, let me just be a spectator. And if you try to go back, not that far enough, but to where you're actually alive, that could be, an actual issue as well. So, I mean, it depends. Can't communicate with yourself. We've seen that in movies. The project, what is it called? Project Almanac. I believe that's the correct name of the movie. It's on Amazon Prime. When it comes to time travel, it's about a kid whose father apparently invented this time travel machine that he locked in his basement. Then all of a sudden he disappeared, and his son, teenager now, obviously hasn't seen his father since his whatever year-old birthday it was, found his video of himself, right? Or his birthday party. And somebody was recording him. They were singing happy birthday to him in the camera. And in the camera view, it was the kid. It was him, the kid. And there was a mirror. And in that mirror was the reflection of himself in his teenage years at that time of him watching the video as he's doing right now. So if that makes sense, super weird. But he's like, yo, what the hell? What am I doing there? And then the way the movie plays out is actually pretty awesome. They have this device that they're able to all get together and travel to a certain time period. They're doing tests and shit like that. This guy's actually trying to do experiments for MIT. and stuff, and trying to win awards and shit like that. But I think, yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, it's called Project Amarak on Amazon Prime. It's a very cool time travel movie, and you get to see there was this one point, spoiler alert, where they go back to a few days or weeks. Obviously, they're all still alive in that certain timeline, and they start messing with themselves. Like this one kid, they all go to his room while he's sleeping, and it's literally him like drawing on his own neck, which is crazy. He wakes up, and when he wakes up, he looks at himself, and he's like, he says something, but his self that's in the bed, oh no, not himself in the bed. I think his actual self that was messing with him starts to glitch, and he starts to get distorted, like he's about to get deleted. So this is why it's dangerous to mess with yourself, because obviously we don't know if that can happen, but we can only assume that that actually would happen if you were to mess with yourself while time traveling. So if we can time travel, don't mess with yourself. It's gonna be bad. You're gonna erase yourself, pretty much.
So since we're talking about time travel,
yep.
Do you think there's any merit when it comes to The Simpsons and on how much they have predicted the future?
Bro, The Simpsons, yeah, they were pretty much created to expose the future. It's crazy. Like all the comparisons, the way the life events have happened, shit has happened, bro. There's been a lot of good predictions there. And the crazy shit is we won't know, man. We won't know. It's mind-boggling. What do you think?
I mean, I think it's weird because of the fact that they had predicted, for instance, in 2000 that what's his name, Donald Trump was going to be president, and then obviously 2016 Donald Trump was president.
Bro,
they predicted Super Bowls the exact year. They predicted, they predicted Disney's Fox takeover. There's so much that they predicted. It's like
it's crazy.
Either like the Illuminati is making life The Simpsons, basically. Like we're in The Simpsons, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Matt Groening is a time traveler.
Oh man. Yep. So that's it's crazy, man. There's so many theories out there, and we can only hope that it's true. Now, if time travel does exist, does that mean that it's always existed? I think they've been saying this has been existing since the early 1900s, maybe mid. With time travel, there's been a lot of YouTube videos on there. I think it's gotten to a point when it comes to time travel and or aliens and UFOs that there's just been so much information, so much false information, that I think now when the real information is actually out here, people are going to take it with a grain of salt. It's like, yeah, that was edited. What app was that? And in reality, it could be very, very real, but we're just dusting it off. I mean, it's the society we live in today. So we can't, we don't know. Like future videos can come out of UFOs or, oh my God, this time machine, this guy came back. You think we're really going to believe that? You know what I'm saying? You're going to have a community that would actually believe it, but like with the majority, actually. So I think it's kind of interesting, how we operate as a society when it comes to, believing certain things or whatnot. But I'm going to stick to it. I believe in, time travel, aliens, UFOs, 100%. I'm watching these shits. I believe these shows. It is what it is. You can agree to disagree, but I think there's some valuable information out there that people are just, dusting off. And it could be true, bro. They're saying, when it comes to, they're coming out with, as we spoke on the last Alien podcast, they're coming out with all this information now about you leaking the documents. Like, oh no, they are real, but we don't know where they are. The next step is the attacks, quote unquote, the attacks that are going to happen. And it's just a step in motion to do something else. So it's crazy, man. It is super crazy. So let's take it back here. Let me switch the screen here. Oh, we got another comment here. Exactly. They are here. Yeah, man. The alien topic is fucking insane, bro. So they can kind of like almost go hand in hand. Because when you talk about technologies that the aliens would have and how we can use that, reverse engineer it for time travel. You know what I'm saying? Like in one of the videos that I seen, this was a legit video of a guy in the desert fucking recording, bro. A video for some ad or doing something. From the distance of a hill, this UFO came and shot across him, which is a 3-mile span that shit moved in 1 second. Insane. So we have that type of speed right now that was quote unquote reverse engineered. Come on, bro. You can't tell me we can use that shit to go into the future or the past. Some testing,
so
but they can easily leave the planet and do some crazy shit like that.
Yeah, so to move technically in space or into the future or past, you would have to travel in about 1 billion kilometers per second, or not per hour. Sorry, 1 billion kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
So it sounds like a lot. I mean, obviously, but with certain technology, whether it be futuristic technology, alien technology, have at it. You never know. I mean, there's been too many pictures of, and again, pictures can be documented, can be fake and stuff like that, doctored and all that stuff. But there was one where it was like black and white, clearly like from the 60s or 50s.
Yeah.
And you see a guy wearing like today's like clothing.
Oh, I think I seen that one. This guy had like a graphic tee on and shit with some shades or something like that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? People write it off like, oh, that was photoshopped and shit, but it could be true. Holding an iPhone in the 50s and shit. Like, it's crazy. You'll see some shit like that, and it's like, you won't believe it, but it could be freaking real, bro. Crazy. Freaking insane, bro. So that's why I think the technology is there. There's been too many cover-ups when people come out with inventing things that would change the world, like dramatically remove plant and shit like that. Where do you think they went, bro? They were killed off. And just a real quick, I don't want to get into this, but that unfortunate shooting that happened, was it in Chicago supermarket or whatnot, where this kid drove 200 miles, some white dude went into this supermarket and he unfortunately took some lives there. This happened recently. I don't know if you guys remember this. So the crazy thing is there was an officer that was unfortunately killed by him. Okay. And I want your thoughts on this. This officer, I don't know if it was a few weeks prior or a month, he invented the a water vehicle, pretty much that can run on water. Okay. It was recorded. He had it up on video. He was talking about he had patents and all this. A few weeks later, he dies. Okay, I'll let you kind of speculate there a little bit. But in Project Blue Book, also there's another documentary I'll try to get with that doctor. They literally talk about these people that have come up with these life-changing inventions that unfortunately they were greedy and tried to hold on to it. Government found out, or whoever found out. I'm not going to get really into it. And they were gone. Oh, he's going crazy. Yeah, so it's pretty crazy, man, what they would do to cover up, and unfortunately they protect the big people. So technology is there, my friends. Time travel to me has to be 100% real. Again, guys, if you have any thoughts on going back into the past, if you would, comment below, let us know. And what would you do? Would you be a spectator? Would you would you change something?
Apparently he will be Groot.
He knows about it. You know what I'm saying? This guy's been in space. He knows about travel. So yeah, what would you guys do? Would you change it? And then we're gonna get into the future. If you were to go into the future,
so
where would you go? Though. Yeah, go ahead. What you got?
So when it comes to time traveling, for instance, right? You're 3 hours ahead of me. Isn't that technically time travel?
Time traveling, bro. Yeah, like I said with Lena, whenever we went, she's ahead of us by 12 hours or some shit like that, or even China. It's time travel, bro. They're ahead.
Well, what I'm saying is they're ahead. So, for instance, that whole debacle with 2012 or 2012.
Yep.
What was it called? One of the biggest things that everyone was like, oh my god, in 2012 the whole world's gonna end.
The Mayans, bro.
then you realize it's like, well, you realize that like in the U.S., right, the western part of the world, our 2012, our 12 was technically like China's and Japan's 12 13 12.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, you definitely have to pick like that one time and then attribute it to all. So I guess they went on, let's say Eastern time. Yeah, US time. Eastern time, 6 p.m. on this date.
Pacific Standard Time.
Bro, for real. And I literally was like, okay, I remember this clear as day. I remember that day. Everybody was talking about it. It was in the news. And I literally was looking at the phone. And I was counting down the time. And I was like, okay. So I started to walk out. And pretty much, yeah, I went outside and I was like, all right, I'm waiting for this world to end. I think it was like 6 p.m. or whatnot. And nothing happened. And as you can imagine, we're all disappointed. But yeah. Do you remember what you were doing that day?
No.
But yeah, that was very interesting. Very interesting day. Yeah, pretty much. All right, let's see what else we got here. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, please. We are slowly trying to, build this channel up. Just, to pretty much have a good time. On here. This is something aside from what we used to do, streaming on Twitch or whatnot. And we thought it'd be, pretty cool to make a channel to kind of go over general discussions. It could be different every single week, be beneficial, informative to some of you. And we really, really want to build this community up and get into some really cool, deep conversations like time travel, aliens, and even get again to the informative side when it comes to real estate, businesses, and stuff like that. Obviously there's a lot of channels doing it out there right now. So hopefully this will be one to add to your list and we can all, have some fun here. Awesome. Yeah. So Soul, do you have any questions? Anything else? Oh yeah. Going into the future, if you were to go to the future, where would you want to go? What would you want to see? And I'll kind of tack on after that. And this is for anybody else in chat as well. Whether you're with us live or afterwards, you're watching the video, you can definitely comment below and let us know, and we'll kindly reply.
So I think I'm gonna go with a safe answer on that one. I don't think I'd want to go in too far into the future, like let's say 100 years.
Oh, okay.
I won't be. I would probably go 10 years.
Okay.
And the reason why, it's purely so I can see where I would be at in 10 years. That way I can go back into present day, and let's say, for instance, in 10 years I'm in a position that I don't want to be in, career wise or whatever. Mm-hmm. And like I can come back to my time and be like, okay, how did I get there and how do I not get there?
Yeah.
So I would because obviously I wouldn't. I mean, yes, I would technically be changing the future because obviously, but I don't think that you could travel to the future without changing at least a portion of it, because even if you unknowingly want to change it, I think just knowing the outcome of whether it be future presidents, future stock markets, future self-improvement, those things, I don't think that you could travel back or travel to the future, come back to your present time and not have that constantly on your mind.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. That is so true. Going into the future obviously is different than going to the past, because in the future, like you just said, you're gonna know some shit. Even if you don't mess with anything, you're a spectator, right? You go as a spectator to the future, regardless of the year, but you're gonna know a lot of shit. So when you come back to your current time, bro, I think that's always gonna stick with you. Always gonna stick with you. You're gonna know what happens. And come on, let's be real. We're all gonna try to take advantage of that and use that to our benefit, just like some of you would, going to the past. But I think the future would, in my opinion, be a little bit worse than going into the past because of what you just said. That specific reason alone. Definitely. So, but let's just say that there was no negative benefits, and let's just say you're a person who doesn't really care. You just want to see what's going on. I would like to jump maybe for the first jump about 25 years. Kind of see where we're at in this world, how it's operating currently, if things are still the same. I'm most thing with technology. I would love to see technology, bro. I want to see where the freak we're at, bro. Go ahead. I know you want to jump in. Go
I
ahead.
do. Because what you just said proves my point. You want to see technology.
I do. Yeah.
So could you honestly say you could go back to your present time and not want to mess with time in the sense of, for instance, right? It would obsess over like, okay, in 25 years there's going to be an iPhone 50. It's going to be attached to your eyeballs, whatever. Your brain's going to overthink it, and to the point where either A, you're gonna blab about it, and then you just pretty much spoiled, and you're pretty much just spoiled that you're for the future or whatever.
Yeah.
Or what's it called? Because I can't imagine being able to go to the future and not want to tell your family. Like, let's say, for instance, right? Let's say you woke up one morning and you're driving to work, right? And out of nowhere, you go into a wormhole that just happened to pop up. You went 25 years in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, you do everything in your power to get back into the real world, to back to the present time, because your family's there.
Yeah.
So, technology-wise, I don't think you could do it without taking something back with you. Whether it be, on purpose or accident.
Yeah, I mean that's totally true. I agree that's going to be the hardest part, is to when you actually do experience that. I mean, yeah, you'll have your two sides to it. For me personally, if I were to go, I would want to go for informational purposes only. If I come back, yes, that can mess with somebody, but to know, like you said, if I come back, let's say I went 25 years and I found out that just freaking holograms walking around and shit, and I come back right now here on this podcast. Obviously, I'm going to have it in my mind. I'm going to want to share it. People are going to think I'm fucking crazy anyways, right? Let's just say I was the only one to go into the future and see this. They're not going to believe me anyways. But I don't know. For me personally, it'd be like pretty cool to look forward to something. Would I be the one to like, oh my God, I know there's going to be holograms, so let me do this? For me, I don't know. Probably not. I would like to just know. It's like, all right, cool. I mean, the past 100 years, from, today, past 100 years, we haven't, if you think about it, and they go over this, on the things that I'm watching, there hasn't really been an advance in technology like we would want. And they break this shit down, shit that Elon Musk is doing, this shit's been pretty much done in the past. It's just modernized now and he's doing it. It's great, but there hasn't really been a crazy advancement. So to know that something in the future, bro, something that we dream about now, that flying cars and shit like that, I think for informational purposes, it'll be pretty cool to know. That's just me. To know, come back. Yeah, they're going to get people that are going to try to like get involved with it, to be a part of it. And then there's going to be some people like me who was like, fuck, man, shit, I just went 25 years into the future and we're finally going to have this shit. You know what I'm saying? They finally announced that UFOs are real and now they're actually here helping us with technology. You know what I'm saying? So I'll still move. You might move a little bit different, subconsciously. You might not even notice it because you have that knowledge. But yeah, for me personally, I would love just the information to know, like if somebody told me, 15 years from now on this date, VR is going to be, we're going to be living in VR. Like to know that knowledge right now, I'm like, oh shit, yeah, that's pretty dope. And that we kind of almost expected it to be like that. And then what are you going to do? You just got to wait for the technology to actually come here. It's going to take that time. So I don't know. That's just how I would operate. But on the flip side, you are going to have people who are going to try to interfere, like you just said.
So, quick question, I guess quick question.
Yeah.
You go into the future, you say 25 years. Okay. 25 years. Would you look for yourself?
Oh, that's fucking scary. The 25 years, would I look for myself? You said 25 years, right? I think any X amount of years this would kind of pertain to. I would be scared too. I'm not gonna lie. you're not really going to know where you're at. I mean, you can try to check the house that you're currently living at. More than likely, you're not going to be living there. So you really have to go on some fucking hunt to find yourself. And then B, I wouldn't want to put myself in a situation not knowing what could happen. Like if we're able to go into the future and we had the rules, we knew what to do, what not to do. You can't see yourself and shit like that. Then obviously that's different versus, just going to see yourself without any rules, not really knowing this is the first time we're time traveling. I would be more scared to do it. I don't think I would want to see myself personally. I think that's fucking weird. I think that'd be so weird. It would be cool. Like, oh my God, look at me right there. But you're putting yourself in that predicament, if you accidentally see yourself, in that timeline, you're like, what the fuck? But then again, you're going 25 years, so you already know that time travel exists, and that might be a possibility. Again, there has to be some rules, at that point.
But
yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna go back to that theory. It's like if you just say today it is 6/14/2022. If you travel 25 years from today, which is obviously 6/20 or 6/14/47.
Okay.
Wouldn't your future self know you already that you already went to the future back in 2022?
Yeah, I would say it's possible. Yeah. If you're able to, your future self would know if you're still alive.
That's the point. It's like, would you want to go 25 years? Because in 25 years, a lot can happen. And it's not even just a sense of, am I still alive? Is my loved one still alive? Am I still with my loved one?
Dude, that could mess you up.
Still alive?
Yeah, that can definitely mess you up.
Because then, let's say, for instance, you go to the future, something tragic. I won't even go into detail. Something tragic happens into your family, your settings. You go back into your present time. How do you not let that affect you?
Oh, 100%. That'll screw you up. Can you imagine going that far into the future, even next year, and you find out that one of your loved ones is not here? Bro, that's going to destroy you. And it will change what you do in when you get back to reality and back to your current timeline. Or, you know what I'm saying? So that'll mess somebody up big time, bro. So, yeah, I mean, I agree with you there. So it's scary, man. So if you were to go into the future 25 years, if you're able to do that today, I would personally recommend you have a goal on what you want to see, what you want to know, and what you don't want to see, what you don't want to know. I think if you go in there knowing, with that logic and that understanding, I think then we can travel into the future and kind of really enjoy it. Because if you go into the future, if I go into the future 25 years from now, just to see what Elon Musk has done, just to see where technology is at, and see how the world has advanced, and it does advance, and I'm like, all right, I'm satisfied. Let's go back. But if you go wanting questions, oh my God, how are my kids? Or where's my wife? Oh shit, she's with another guy. You know what I'm saying? That's like shit you don't want to know. So I think if you set those rules, bro, you separate it, you have a goal of what you really want to see. You know what I'm saying? Some discipline there. Boomer, what's up, man? What's up, Boomer? I'm shout him out real quick.
Boomer.
Go ahead.
But if you went to the future, right? Let's say you go in 25 years or X amount of years, and you find out you and your loved one is divorced or broken up or whatever.
Yeah.
Why would you not want to know why?
Oh,
That
I mean,
way you could,
yeah.
That way you can fix it. Like, for instance, right? But the thing is, how do you do that without them knowing? I mean, I guess you could put on disguise and all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you could do that, but again, that's when you really get involved. So you're gonna have people that are gonna want to freaking know. If they go 25 years in the future, they're going to want to know where they're at in life, what they're doing, how their family is doing, if they're still married, in a relationship, how their kids are doing. That's all great and fine and dandy, but I promise you, you're gonna find something you ain't gonna like. You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, my rule would to be, if you're gonna travel X amount of years in the future, set a goal, what you really want to look, keep your family, keep yourself out of it, and just see how the world operates. I would personally go to see how the world operates, how it's operating at that time. And then I'll take that knowledge with me back, and then I'll let my life live the way, it's moving. But you're right. It's not everybody's going to do that, bro. And I will say See, he even said, I think a good majority would actually probably want to look for themselves or see where they're at
But
and take advantage of that.
but it also goes to the point where, for example, how you've mentioned, most people are going to want to know, financial gain, are going to want to know, personal life problems,
Oh
or
yeah.
how things are like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, we were touched upon, most people are going to want to look for themselves, at least,
100%.
yeah. But when it comes to technology and stuff like that, it's easy to be like, oh, I just want to spectate. I just want to speculate.
It's tough. You get that urge,
But
bro.
yes, but even if you go in there intentionally not to, take anything back with you, for instance, let's say you go back to the past, like, or back to present time, and you're like, I didn't take anything. Let's say 10 years, 5 years down the line, you're still like, hey, I'm proud of myself. I didn't mess with the future. But that moment when, let's say, financial burden hits, whatever, how can you not, or how could you not stop yourself from going, okay, crap, I owe, the IRS $10,000. How am I going to come up with that? I don't have $10,000. Wait, I could go pitch this idea to Apple, or I could go pitch this idea to, Sony, and become a billionaire, millionaire, whatever, just to get myself out of this financial burden. So now you're messing with the future. So it's like, that's what I'm saying, is like, that's why, to me, for honestly, I would rather go to the past, to where, yes, you can still F up the past, the future, your present time, because you just in the past. I agree with that.
Yeah.
But
I would argue it's probably worse if you were to mess with the past. Like,
absolutely.
100%. Yeah.
But I would think, right? Because, for instance, right, whatever happens in the past is in the past. Meaning that as long as you didn't change anything,
that's it.
Let's say that's it. You come back to present time. Well, that's it, because you don't know anything that's not already done.
Exactly.
Or already knowledgeable.
Yep.
That's why to me it's like, when it comes to like spectating, pass all the way. You wouldn't go to the past. I mean, you can. I mean, but the thing is, you go to the past 10 years, you're not getting anything out of that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, technically you can, if you personally, let's say like, oh, I created Google, that kind of stuff. Yes, but if you go to speculate, you're not creating anything bad by just going to see an Elvis concert, or going to go see this or that.
Yeah.
But in the future, that's a whole different thing. For instance, right? It's called, because then you're going into a situation where every second of your life you have to worry about not messing with the future.
Yep, 100%. I mean, it comes down to the person. That's 100% true, bro. So, like you said, you can spectate in the past without messing up anything, just to get to experience things that you would have never experienced because you weren't alive, let's say, because you want to go far back. But yeah, with the future, man, it definitely does come down to that person. And I think, regardless of the person you are, you're always going to have that little thing behind your mind. If you were to go to the future, see how everything is, you come back to reality, to your current, time. And I think in general, people would move differently, knowing what they know. Like you said, regardless if you were to be a spectator of the future. So it's tough, man. It's tough. That's why it is scary. Everybody, oh, we'd love to go to the future. But then you got to break it down like you just did. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, you can go to the future. You're going to see this, you might see this, and that. And you might say that it might not affect you, but I mean, long term, it could. You can go a few years back in reality, and it'll mess with you, man. Knowing certain things, it'll probably eat away at you, little things here and there, because what's coming. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's tough. And then, if they were to say, yeah, time travel's real, guys, we can go. And then you have to really stop and think. I'll go in the past, 100%. But do you want to go to the future? I think that'll be a big problem. And I think if people can go, I think there only might be a select few people that would be able to be honest. and not everybody's going to be built to go into the future, man. It is what it is. I don't think people will be able to handle what would happen, in the future, because I think a lot of people would want to know right off the bat about themselves, I'm saying, how the world is, how their family is doing. Nobody really thinks about the other side of like what we're trying to explain is like try to go with a goal just to see this and this and that. I think once you're there, it's easy to say now, but like once you're actually in the future, you're like, oh my God, it's fucking 2050, let's say. And you're gonna be curious, I think, by default, even if you do go there with a goal of just trying to get information on certain things and see how the world works. So I think it's tough, man. Guys, let us know what you think, man. If you were to go into the future, what would be your goal? What would you want to do? Look for? Would you tamper with anything? Would you bring some information back? Would you try to be the next Google, the next Elon Musk? Would you try to do that? Because that's going to affect a lot, man. And it might sound good, but it could affect you negatively. So feel free to comment below, guys. If you're watching it live, awesome. Feel free to chime in here with us. Obviously, once this video is posted after the podcast, feel free to comment. We'll reply to as many comments as we can. This is episode 4. If you don't already know, time travel. Obviously, as you can tell, we're having this awesome discussion here of going back in time and also forward in time. And what are the implications of, doing either or. You can say there might be proof or, no proof based off, some information that's online on YouTube. You got a lot of stories of people traveling to the past. There was one where, I don't know if you heard of this one. It's probably a popular story. He was in a house. He went underneath his sink to repair the faucet, and he noticed there was an opening under his sink in the back wall. He went through it, right? Got up. I was outside somehow. Outside somehow. And met himself, older self, took a picture with him and brought it back. Obviously, you can say what you want about it, if it's real, if it's fake, Photoshop. But I think it's crazy because you never know, man. There can be certain parts of this world. I can be sitting right here. Something can open up in front of my face, bro, like a little portal or some shit. And people will go through it, come back with the story. Who's going to believe it? Who's going to believe it? So you can be sitting right there, bro, right on your left side, some random ass portal would open up. Like, what the fuck? You're curious as all hell. You go through it. You see yourself like in the future, X amount of years. You don't know. It's just a portal. And you see yourself older. Your kids are older. You go there and you take a picture. You bring it back as proof, evidence. Portal closes the moment you come back. It was just some crazy coincidence bullshit. You show it to your wife. What's she going to say? You Photoshop that shit. That's fake. You show it to, and ain't nobody gonna believe you, bro. It doesn't matter. Ain't nobody gonna believe, nobody in this world besides the people who will know that this shit is real, which is gonna be like a handful of people. But you'll have the evidence, bro. Like, yo, look at this. Like that guy took a picture with himself in a cornfield when he was like 30 years older. This guy was like in his 60s, taking a picture with himself in his 20s or whatever, however old he was. Bro, that is crazy if that is real. But you never know, man. You see videos of shit happening like that, distortions and shit. What do you think, man? What do you think?
I agree with that to a certain extent. I mean, I would personally think if I told my wife, hey babe, I just went to the future. This is what happened. I would think that like out of love, she would be like, no way, really? Like I have proof. Look at this.
Well, yeah, okay. So that's true. Your loved one, your wife or whatever. Flip it. Some other person, another family member, maybe that's not, living with you at home, and obviously they can distinguish, their self and point out certain things if they're like living with you, your kids and your wife or whatnot. But let's just say like you come to one of your friends, bro, like, oh, look at this, man, and you're very sincere. It's very likely that they like, oh, okay, they might, I believe you, man. Oh, that's cool. But deep down, bro, come on. They're not really, you know what I'm saying? It's just that it's just tough, man. Like, again, we got into the point in society right now where we show something, people are going to write it off, bro. You'll have some people who believe. I mean, it is what it is.
Would you believe?
I would believe it. If you dead ass came to me like, yo, right? I can tell when somebody's serious or whatnot. And I believe in this shit wholeheartedly when it comes to UFOs, time travel, the technology that's being hidden. 100%, bro. I believe in it. So if you were to come to me as a friend and be like, "Yo, I was literally sitting here, okay, this shit just appeared out of nowhere," and I said, "Fuck it, I want to." What's on the other side? Like a portal opens, you actually see like something on the other side or another part of your house or some shit, and you were to do that, you come back with evidence, blah blah blah. Me personally, I would believe in 100% because I believe in shit like this. So that's what I'm saying. Some people would believe in it, but the majority of society, that's operating on society and social media and they're not really in tune with reality. I think majority of people won't believe, man, unfortunately. So it is what it is, bro. At least you would know.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
The question is though, is if you went to the future, right? And obviously, we talked about you wouldn't want to bring anything back with you. If you could bring one thing back from the future, what would it be?
If I were to bring one thing back from the future, what would it be? One thing back. Like the moment you said that, I just thought of technology.
Yeah,
bring back like AR glasses or a VR or some shit like that because I know it's gonna be crazy in the future, bro. If I had to physically bring an object back with me, right? We're talking about objects and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Obviously, it would have to be a piece of technology for me. I'm not gonna go over there fucking bring a blanket from 25 years from now. So
what if it's a smart blanket?
A cloak. I'll take that back.
And if it's a
cloak, I want to be some Harry Potter shit, bro. All right, that's pretty funny. Yeah, you would think 25 years, I should say. Yeah, I mean, technology, but I mean, supposedly they have that now. But I think either VR glasses, goggles, whatever you want to call it, and AR. VR, AR. I'll take either or. Probably VR because it is virtual reality, and I want it to be like some Ready Player One type shit. That's what I'm hoping for in the future. So if I were to go into the future, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years, if I were to bring an object back, my answer is VR or AR. Obviously, if I had more time to really think about it, I might bring something back that might be more beneficial or something like that. Maybe a piece of technology that can help out, with health or something like that here. Something along those lines in the medical field that's fucking extraordinary 25 years into the future where we can cure anything. You can talk about that. But for my selfish needs, I want VR. All right. How about you? What would you bring back?
I mean, 25 years. I mean,
besides a blanket.
I'm gonna go the sappy humanitarian way and be like,
okay,
I'll bring back the cure for cancer if there's a
okay. Yep, true.
But but
your selfish needs, we gotta hear it.
I'd be selfish and I would sell that shit.
But wait, you know what's gonna happen though? The moment you bring it back and you try to put that shit on the market, and this is what's been happening since the early 1900s, bro, they gonna get you. Okay? It's not the government. If you're gonna try to sell it, they're gonna know you're gonna be selling it. Remember, when you bring technology like that from the future, let's say if you were able to, they're gonna stop you from doing it, bro. There's too much money. You already know the whole spiel on this thing. This is why all these world-changing inventions that are coming out nowadays, bro, get suppressed, get taken away, and these damn people disappear, bro. So I 100% get what you're saying, and I will do the same thing, but I don't want to die.
Yeah, in that case,
I don't want to die.
Fine, I'll go technology too. I'll go technology out, but
okay.
I wouldn't bring like glasses like that. I would either bring the best graphics card that's available at that time.
NVIDIA 10,000.
Yes.
No.
It's called. We're playing some games together. I'll be like,
I want to be in Icarus.
Yeah. I'll be like, hey, how's your little GTX?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, hey, I mean, that's why I want to do the whole VR thing. You know, I want to be able to live in these fucking games. You know, and
But
obviously, the
but
graphics will be up and all the hardware will be advanced with it. You know, so that kind of
but
falls in
so
line.
so for instance, right? For instance, if you brought back a to say a PS20,
Okay.
or obviously most likely in 25 years, probably be like the PS8 or 9, but
Yeah. Yeah.
was it
Exactly.
was it called? Anyways, let's say let's say in the year 2050, you bring back the newest PlayStation, right?
Okay.
Would that PlayStation work in today's society? I mean, obviously, it wouldn't work online because there's no online server for it.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
let's say for instance, right? Let's say you brought a PS8 with you back, and with a bunch of games that are offline that you can play offline. Even though in today's market, offline games are not very common anymore because most games are online.
Mm-hmm.
But why would you? Why or would you not like? I don't know. Like, would it work? Like,
So say that again. If you were to bring, what was your question
if you
again,
were
so I can understand it
if
correctly?
if you were to bring back the newest model in 2050s, game console
To our current time now.
to our current time now,
Okay.
would it would it work?
Interesting. I think you'll only be able to probably power it up if our power grids and internal home sockets aren't changed and the outputs and all that. I think it'll be able to power on, but you won't be able to do anything with it. I think you'll just have a device that can turn on. The outputs might be different. We might have different technologies to connect to TVs, or maybe
Mhm.
it's all wireless and shit like that. So yeah, I think you'll just have a box that can turn on and not connect to anything or play anything. That's what I think. I don't think we're going to be able to do anything with that. Just like if I were to bring back a VR, you know what I'm saying? Am I going to be able to do anything with it, even though it has the most advanced technology from fucking 30 years from now? Probably not. Those games haven't been developed yet. That server hasn't been put up to be able to join in like real life simulations and shit. So I think if you were to bring back any device from the future to the past, I think it'll just be a dud. Now, if you
Okay.
want to get to like medical shit and bring it back, you might have a machine or something, or if you actually bring back a vial of an actual cure, that'll be the only,
Mhm.
because it's actually a physical thing that you can actually inject. Okay, machine wise, I don't know. Maybe a machine that can probably produce it, but that information hasn't been generated until X amount of years later, which is why it's not available now to know how to
Mhm.
create. So yeah, you have the machine or whatever to create or whatever, cancer. But I'm not in that field. I don't know, but yeah. What do you think?
So another thing I was thinking right now. I mean, like this is my full answer right now. Is
Okay.
I'm gonna go completely nerdy and go. You know what? I'm gonna think smarter. I'm gonna grab not just one thing but I'm gonna grab a box full of the next 10 years worth of most popular games.
Oh, popular games.
So the games that come out this year, the games that come out next year. I would grab every single. I would go to GameStop or whatever they have in the time, and buy every single game that comes out in the next, or popular games that comes out in the next 5-10 years. That way, next 5-10 years, I don't have to buy any more video games.
I mean, true. I mean, you'll save a lot of money because you already have them. I
Exactly.
mean, yeah, for money purposes and to say that you have it, yeah. I mean, you just can't really tell anybody besides maybe your close friends, because if that shit gets out, then we're like, how the what? This
How do you?
this is
How do you?
fake. He
How do you
created this at
have?
home.
Yeah. How do you have Call of Duty Black Ops 17?
Yeah. So the moment you have that, if you're to bring that back, people are gonna write it off just like they write off anything else. Sky made an official case because you could do it nowadays, official CDs, and throw, you won't be able to play it technically. You can have the whole CD and everything. Well, unless you have the device to go with it. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I guess that'll be one good way to show some proof. But you'll be on the news, my friend.
I'd be like, I invented this.
soul ends up missing out of nowhere for owning a fucking PS25. Jesus Christ. So yeah, it's cool that we can talk about bringing shit back, but then you gotta think about the consequences that's gonna come with it.
Oh yeah, that's
100%.
in a realistic manner, you can't bring anything back. Like
Yeah.
I mean, it's something big. I mean, like you could argue like, okay, well, I can bring back money. Yeah, you can bring back money. You can bring back,
Yeah, true. Rob somebody in the
kind of stuff.
future, bring it back.
Yeah, I mean,
Give me your money. The only time you would rob a bank is in the future.
yeah. You see, you go to year 2100, rob a bank because you're yourself. You're already dead.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be robbing crypto at that point somehow. the crypto.
Yeah, come back and it's like you come back with like $1 billion, and you try to go to the bank and deposit.
It's worth nothing.
It's worth nothing because the barcodes, whatever, haven't been created yet. So technically, your money is counterfeit.
Yeah, exactly. That shit'll be in Robux. Oh my god, bro, that is crazy. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a good question. In the year 2100, would we even have cash? I don't think so. Everything's going to be 100% digital. So I think the whole robbing the bank thing is going to be a thing of the past. It's going to be more of hacking. And I think hacking is going to be around forever. So I think that's going to be your own robbing the bank in the future moving forward, when it comes to trying to take money from somebody. All this physical shit, man. Think about it. Year 2100, bro. I think technology is going to be at the point where it is VR. You're going to be owning shit digitally, bro. You're going to be able to hold shit in your hand, physically feel it in the VR world. And that's happening right now.
Here's another consequence to go into the future.
Okay.
You don't know what's waiting on the other side. For instance, if you go to the year 2100, you don't even know if there's a planet.
Yeah, Earth is gonna be gone. You're gonna be floating in space.
Yep, you can travel. Oh,
like, 2100. Oh shit! Yeah, instant death.
Yep. So that's where the future, past is a lot easier because
we'll be on Mars. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
There.
You know it's there.
Technically, even moving a day in the future, 2 days in the future, you don't know what's there.
Yeah, dude, dead ass. You don't know, which is it's kind of scary. Monty says, I love VR. Yes, that's what we were just talking about. It's like, if we were to bring something back, what would you bring back, Monty, if you were in the future, 25 years from now, and you had to bring one physical item back with you? What would you bring back? We were just having this conversation. I'm not sure if you were listening in, but I said VR, AR, more than likely, even though we are bringing them back, let's be realistic here, it might not work. There's going to be no games for it, no service to connect to. Technology is going to be too advanced for what is going on here. So yeah, let me know. Anybody else in there, let us know. What would you bring back? One item. She said, my dog. Damn, so in 25 years, I would hopefully your dog's still alive, more than likely not. But let's say if it's an item, because I think your dog might be deceased 25 years from now. I wish they can live forever, bro. Trust me.
So you would want to bring you want two of the same dog?
Yeah, that's true. You'll have two of the same dog. She said, "Yep." I'm working, so I'm trying to listen and work. Oh, I got you. Don't get in trouble, Monty. But yeah, let's just say your dog happens to live to that year that you're traveling to. You would want to bring him back again. So what might happen is you bring him back, they look at each other, and then something happens to one of them where they start getting distorted and then disappear because they weren't supposed to meet.
I'm grabbing a monkey and from a zoo, and I'm taking off. I'd be like, Kai, I got you a monkey finally. I've been asking for the last 2 years for a monkey. I got you a monkey.
Bro, yeah. She said, okay, it was yup. Okay. I have my own office. I'm good. Oh, okay. That's awesome. Look at you. Boss lady.
So you know what? Another thing about moving to the past. I found an item, a way to make money in the present without messing with timeline. Okay, ready?
So say that again. A way to make money.
I found
Okay.
a way to become rich in today's timeline without messing with the past.
Okay.
You go into the past, 5-10 years, and you track down celebrities who you know have died today, like Chadwick Boseman, Carrie Fisher, etc.
Okay.
Get their autographs.
Okay, and they sell for a lot. Okay.
Yep, just a simple autograph.
Yeah. If you plan it out like that, little things like that. Yeah.
Or go into the past and just grab a bunch of 1990s Pokemon cards, things like that.
True.
Come back, you're rich.
Yeah, the only thing you're doing is taking away from somebody else being rich, but who cares, right? Somebody that would have actually had that freaking card, or
what you do is you don't rob from money. You know for yourself.
Oh, damn it!
Like as a kid, you're like where do all my Pokemon cards go? Like you steal for yourself.
Oh my god, bro, that's so funny. Yeah, true. Or never would I have gotten rid of my Pokemon card collection. Gen 1, 151, 152 Pokemon, whatever it is. Charizard sitting in my binder. Bam. I wish I would have still had that today, knowing where it was going and how popular it was going to become. So yeah, little things like that you can do that you would think wouldn't affect. Hopefully not. But yeah, I would say you can do that. Or you can just bust your ass and work, man, and become rich that way. But yeah, go. Yeah,
I like my idea better.
Yeah, I know this way's too hard. Yeah, but yeah,
it's 2 times consuming.
Yeah, time. But yeah, sticking to the topic. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's a good way. Oh my god, that is so funny. But let's see here. Okay, it's 2:07, man. We're already running out of time. Damn. This topic was pretty fun, man. Shit. What else we got? Let's see. What are some other good questions, guys? If you have any questions, feel free to chime in. I'm trying to piggyback off of what Soul's bringing up here. I know he got some information and stuff he was bringing up on his side. He's carrying me today because, like both of us, but I've been super, super busy. Develop websites and run business on the side. And the moment we stop this podcast, I'm switching everything back to get back to work. So I haven't really had time to sit down. Like I barely made the thumbnail and the description for this video today for this podcast episode 4. So I was like, let me put it together. Thank God we're using a software that's pretty straightforward and I'm able to set up things pretty quickly and get it going. I got thumbnails and everything ready to go. But yeah, guys, if you have any questions at all, post them down below. Do not forget to like and subscribe. Please hit that little bell button. It's going to let you know like 30 minutes prior to us going live. We go live every Monday right now, 1 p.m. EST. So she said, dang thieves, Manny.
Dang thieves. I would buy the cards.
There you go. Yeah, if we do it legitly, yeah, I would say you buy the cards because you already know what's going to happen and then you become wealthy off of that. You could do the whole Logan Paul thing.
And it doesn't even have to be Pokemon cards. You could literally just go back into, let's say, the 90s or the early 2000s, buy a bunch of old, or not, obviously it won't be old because it's current games for that generation. But you buy a bunch of games that are worth thousands of dollars for
dude,
condition,
even millions of shit. You can go ahead
for just for like $40. Then you bring it back to you and you sell it for
for X amount of dollars. Yeah, exactly. All you got to do, like if you had the opportunity to do that, you literally just have to do research right now in today's day, this hour, this second. What was in the past? What item in the past blew up and was worth thousands, millions of dollars? You write that list down, put that shit in your pocket, take that shit back 50 years or whatever, or whenever it was probably first invented or first came out, stack up on it, bring it back, and bam, you got it. You sell it. Easy money. So you would do your research in this timeline right now to then take it back, and it'll be an easy freaking process. So um, that's a very very good idea.
Okay. Here's a question for you guys. If you had a choice to take your family and either go to the past together and stay there to a certain generation, where would you go?
Ooh, guys, comment below. Comment below if you were to take your family back in time and stay there, not come back. What year would it be? I would like to actually see these answers. For me, I'll probably go back to not. I wouldn't even go back too far. Even though right now it seems like it's too far. I like to go back to the '80s era. I was born in the '80s, but being a full grown adult, you know what I'm saying, to get it to experience what is going on in that time. So I think that would for me that would be pretty cool. And I might start off at the '80s, some Stranger Things shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
How about you? What would you do? How far would you go back and bring your family?
See, that's the hard part for me, for instance, right? Because because of my wife being a Native American, I can't go too far back.
Okay, got you.
So because obviously, for instance, they didn't, back in, let's say early 90s or early 1900s, 1800s, they didn't have the best of
That's true. Depending, yeah, man. So that can affect differently a lot of people, different races and shit like that. So you got to actually pick smart.
Mm-hmm. So I would probably say I would probably agree with either the 70s or 80s, like mainly because obviously, like again, like I would personally let's say like the 50s. I just don't know how it would be for my wife, and my kids.
Yeah, I mean, that's why. I mean, I guess one step you can take forward to try to figure out, obviously, with history, how things were. So in today's day, we have the benefit of information, how the history was or whatnot. So I guess you'll have some type of advantage, and you'll get to really like pinpoint the exact year you would like to take your family and live the rest of your life out, leading up until that. So yeah, I mean, if you have the information, man, I think you'll have a lot at your disposal, and it can actually benefit you a lot. Just got to make sure you pick the correct timeline. You don't want to pick the wrong one. Would you go back to see the dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Now, I don't mean stay there and live it out. I'm just like, just take a trip in the past so you can actually see these freaking creatures.
I absolutely, and I would probably take an egg with me.
You probably what?
And I would probably grab an egg.
Grab an egg, bro. You'll be starting some shit here, bro.
Like Jurassic World.
Yo, we would literally have a Jurassic. Like if somebody were to do that, go to the past, millions of years ago, take a dinosaur egg, bring it back to 2022. I promise you, within 10 years, we'll have a Jurassic fucking World, bro. We'll literally have that theme park that they're predicting in or showing in the movies. 100%. I freaking believe it, bro.
But the thing is, you wouldn't even have to take an egg. You could literally just go there, grab some syringes, grab a few.
The DNA. Yeah, but they could do that today though, which is crazy.
No, well, they can't because
they said that they could.
Well, so the DNA from dinosaurs a million years ago has been fossilized, has been too dried out to a point where they can't extract DNA from. I mean, yeah, obviously, if they had the same circumstance where in Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, where they have amber that has fossilized, like preserved DNA, yeah, that's one thing.
Yeah,
but let's say you grabbed a T-Rex fossil, fossils are more rock than they are bone.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. Just from like what I've been reading and seeing, I mean, they're able to just take a nick off of something, bro, and get DNA information on that, and then replicate it to create an actual being. I wouldn't be surprised if they're doing that now. Millions of years ago, yeah, dinosaurs. We still have a lot of uncovered areas in this world. Who knows? They might dig somewhere deep, find some fossilized something that's more, how would you say, a little bit more tangible than versus a solid like fossil or something, to where they can really get more DNA. I kind of already think that they have something like that. I think they're already experimenting with shit like that. They probably already got a dinosaur already growing right now, dude. We won't know, man. We won't know. They said it's possible. The shit that they're discovering, nowadays, it's freaking insane, man.
Monty says she would go back to the pyramid days because she knows the aliens built that shit.
Bro, Monty, oh my God. I 100% agree with you. This is also in the documentary I was watching. I think they talk about it in Project Blue Book as well. Think about it, bro. You go back in time. Who put that there? Who? It's insane. I 100% believe it was not a human being, bro. I am so sorry. It is not a human being. No physical way that back in the day you had whatever type of machine to build it that high. Dude, there's nothing. And there's no evidence of anything that could possibly have built it. There's still no answers till today. So I don't get it. He knows.
He agrees.
But he's not saying anything. He agrees. You see what I'm saying, Monty? You see this shit? So, yeah, I 100% agree with you on that. Pyramids, bro. There's no explanation. There's nobody that can explain it. Too perfect, bro. And those things are fucking huge. Like each block's the size of this house.
Yeah, but so the question is, right? How disappointed would you be to go into the past, though? For instance, if you think that like for instance, pyramids, that kind of stuff, because then you find out the real answer to certain questions that you have that has to do with the past.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say for example, pyramids, right? You find out that humans did make the pyramids, and you find out how. Would you even be? Would you be like oh, would you be like, oh, so I learned how pyramids were made, or would you be like, oh wow, it was an alien? So
it would be it would be both for me. I'll be like, yay, holy shit, we finally get an answer to this, right? And B is like, fuck, I really wish it was aliens. But with me being excited just to know how it was done, you like just to think about if it was done by humans, how was it actually done? Just because of the structure, like what could they have possibly had back in the day to put something like that together? Like that would be like that alone. Okay, yeah, humans built it. It'll be mind-blowing to see how it was done. That would be for me. Like, oh my God, they actually had this huge machine or whatever device that actually built this thing perfectly from scratch. That big of freaking stone or whatever the hell it's made out of. Each piece, bro, the machinery, the amount of weight something like that will have to hold, that's not until like modern day, man. So just to know if that was that's why it's kind of hard to believe that humans would do it, because we have like, oh, back in the day didn't have the type of machines that we have now that can actually cranes and shit that can lift that. You have to think that back then they had an actual crane like today in modern day to build something like that. I don't think a crane was available back in the day unless you got like a million people holding up one stone at a time to freaking put it down to build the whole thing perfectly.
They did have slaves. They had the Hebrews.
Yeah, I mean they did, but they spoke about that, the slaves and the people that would actually try to do it, but they were trying to do comparison between the weight, the amount of people they would need, the amount of time. It's possible, but we don't know. We don't know the way it was built here. They align with the stars perfectly. No way. There you go. It's crazy. It's crazy. So it's it's good though. Like we don't know. So our mind gets to run everywhere, and we can only speculate at this point. But I personally don't believe humans put that together. No way. I went to the Mayan ruins as well too. That was a pretty cool experience. But yeah, there's no way, bro. That's why we should go back in time. All these little pieces just to see how it was done. Yeah, exactly.
So we've talked about going to the past, future, not changing things to cause things. Could you go back in time if you had the potential to go back in time at will whenever you wanted? Could you go back in time and not change certain things like 9/11 and things like that?
As much as that would sound freaking amazing, man, to be able to try to make a difference by going back in time, saving somebody, a tragedy. You seen how the movies went, dude. You know, they have movies where they try to go back in time to prevent something from happening and they keep replaying it over and over. And there's like really no way to stop it. But, you know, if you would, I think there'll be big consequences. This is why you don't mess with the past. That's just my personal opinion. So to answer your question, as much as I would love to, knowing what happened, any tragedy or whatever, I wouldn't personally mess with anything. I think everything was laid out the way it's supposed to be laid out, you know, unfortunately. And we just have to continue moving on with our lives. So I would love to, bro. But if I were to stop 9/11, you know, then who's to say that something else wouldn't happen that might be even worse? You know, we lost what, 3,000 people that day. I stopped it. Yes, I saved all these lives. And next thing you know, nuke goes off somewhere, kills a whole city, 10 plus million people. So you'll have that chain effect. You'll stop something bad from happening, and then something else is going to happen. Yeah. So he's spitting facts, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead. What do you think?
Money says that. Hold on. Money says Adam says that they had wheels. That's not enough. I drive my family nuts with my beliefs.
Hey, it's all good. If people can speculate and say, you know, I mean, you can have wheels, that's fine. But yeah, dude. Wood wheels, stone wheels. Probably stone wheels, maybe, but like you see how heavy this shit is. You could probably look it up to see how much each stone weighs to be able to do it. But go ahead. What's your take on that?
All right. Hold on. I mean, my take on it. I mean, I would agree with that. I mean, as much as I would love to make a difference, one would it, like, for instance, if you went to if you call it Pentagon, if you went to Pentagon or whatever, like, hey, tomorrow this time, this is gonna happen. Well, first of all, they're gonna think that you're part of it. Odds are you'll be arrested.
Yeah, you'll definitely be held. I think they'll definitely hold you in. They're gonna explore it. They have no choice but to agree with what you say, because they have to. But if something happens and you're the informant, you told them, and they didn't do shit, that's a big deal. So they'll hold you until then. It does happen, right? They prevent it. What do you think is gonna happen next?
I still think they'll keep you and keep you.
I think they'll interrogate your ass to tell you or ask
why,
you.
How did you know? And then what are you gonna tell them? Oh, I'm a psychic.
You wouldn't believe me if I told you, but I'm from 2050, and this was a major event that happened, and I came here to stop it because 40 years from now, because of this incident, the fucking Earth's core is gonna erupt. You know, something stupid like that. Yeah, exactly. They're gonna roll their eyes at you like. Like, really? But you gave them information that stopped an attack. So they can take that either way. They can believe your bullshit story, or not believe it, but they kind of have to believe something because you gave them valuable information that saved a freaking catastrophe from happening.
Yeah, but I still think tough. I still think they would question or have you keep you holding for treason, that kind of stuff, because they're gonna think that you're a spy or something.
Yeah, I mean, for a certain amount of time, but I mean, like, you're legitly telling them information, like, bro, I can literally. They'll probably put you as like an informant. It's like, all right, well, you told us this, right? Because you figured this out before it even happened. We're gonna test you. Let us know something else that's gonna happen in the future or whatnot. Maybe we'll believe your story. If I was the CIA or some, people like that caught somebody or somebody came to me, at first I'm like, all right, I mean, I might believe in time travel. Maybe you did, but obviously we got to test it out. So we're going to go ahead and show us 2 more times. What's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? And then what? You actually show proof of something else that's going to happen that you can prevent, and they prevent it. Then at that point, you just gotta like, dude, this guy's the real deal. They might actually, I mean, to your point, they might still just keep that person there because if they do really truly believe that this person's a time traveler, let's say, and they get that information from the future, you're not gonna want them going out in society. So you're gonna have to obviously not enslave this person, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta do something. You can't have this person going out there like that, unless you're gonna use them for your benefit. So I think they'll kill you off in society, but you're gonna be working for the government at that point. I think that's exactly what would happen. Look at this boy looking like a little old man. Who that?
That is my brother.
Oh, there you go. What's up, brother? We in here. We actually we only got 5 more minutes, man.
Yep.
Pretty awesome discussion. Go ahead.
So last question. All right.
We'll end it here. Go ahead.
Would you rather be stuck 10 years in the past or stuck 10 years in the future?
Holy shit. Okay. So for me personally, 10 years in the past, you said stuck. So we'll be stuck 10 in the past, but we'll be going, with the time pretty much. Okay.
Yes.
I would say 10 years in the future, regardless of outcome. It's scary. You have no idea what's going to happen within the next 10 years. However, what is going to happen in the next 10 years? This guy needs to shut up. It's going to happen anyways. So if I were to go back 10 years, let's say if somebody has a traumatic, past, or past 10 years haven't been great, what you're effectively doing is you're going to relive those past 10 years over again, and you're still going to end up going into the future anyways. So you're literally just wasting time by going back. I will go 10 years in the future because you're going to be in the future anyways, those 10 years. Okay. And I don't think a lot of people would want to really go back in the past unless for personal reasons and, maybe a family member had passed away, you want to spend more time. Everybody has their own reasons. But yeah, so that's me. How about you?
So I would do the opposite.
Appreciate the support.
And the reason why is, think about this, right? 10 years, okay, in the future, that's 10 years of your kids' lives that you miss.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
If you went 10 years in the past, you would still get those 10 years with your family, with your parents, because in 10 years, right? You don't know if who's still alive and that kind of stuff. So now, it's not just, you losing out on 10 years of certain circumstances. It's losing 10 years of a loved one, even though you could have had that if you would have just relived the last 10 years.
Yeah. I get your point on that. My kids are grown or getting there. I'm fine with that. We don't need to go back and start from fucking scratch again. I'm sorry, dude. You spent money, time, resources raising these kids. You're going to want to go back and do it again? No. We fast forward and get the kids grown and we live happily ever after. That's me. I get exactly what you're saying. 100%. You know what I'm saying? Get the kids back younger again so you can, spend more time. We good, bro. We good.
But see that okay, that's different. That's different because obviously I have little ones and especially a baby on the way, so I wouldn't want to miss 10 years.
Yeah, but if you were to go back, you're 10 years. How old are your kids now?
So 6, 4, and then in the belly.
No, so you ain't gonna have kids. See, a lot of people in your situation, if you were to go back 10 years, your kids wouldn't even be born. Things might change, bro. You can go back 10 years. Kids aren't even a thought. You might not even be with your wife. Something might happen in between. So imagine you're perfectly fine now. You're married. You got your kids. You got one on the way. You want to go back 10 years and get stuck. I don't know. How long have you and your wife been together for?
Almost 8 years.
Almost 8 years, brother. You won't even be with her. So you go back 10 years, right? For the sake of like what you're saying, I want to see the kids grow up again. I'd rather do that. But what if something happens to where you go back 10 years and you never meet your wife? Something happens because you decided to go back. And then guess what? You lost it. Then what?
I hate you.
You see what I'm saying, bro? So it's very scary, dude.
Yeah.
You're going back. You're getting stuck. Anything could happen now at that point. and you can change
True.
anything, bro. You could freaking make a left in the car, and you should have made the right because that's where your wife was at. You know what I'm saying? Like something stupid like that. So you'll affect more than just than that. So I would stick to 10 years in the future. You get to keep your past. You know, obviously you're gonna have to take what comes with that big time jump, 10 years. It's unfortunate. Maybe everything is fine, bro. Maybe you're fucking rich, dude. You know what I'm saying? Your family is good and whatever. You don't know. It's a chance you're taking. It's a gamble. It's a 50-50. Or on the flip side, you're gonna be taking that jump 10 years and a tragedy might happen.
Yeah.
You're broke. I mean, it is what it is, but I would leave the past the way it is. That's why it comes back to you don't really want to mess with the past, bro.
So the question is though is right. For instance, if you jump 10 years to the future, you're technically the same age.
Yeah, you're 10 years, so good for you. You don't age. Everybody else is gonna age.
Exactly. So now, for instance, right? So if I jump 10 years, yes, my son is almost 17 years old. Cool. That would mean I would be 10 years older than my son.
Bro, that'll be dope. Y'all can eventually go to the club together.
Oh,
Y'all be drinking together. So yeah, I get what you're saying. It's not terrible. Oh, you're lagging a little bit. Oh, okay, hold on. Let's see. Okay, I see you. I see you. Yeah. A little bit fuzzy, but you're there.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Anyways, what's it called? No, it's just like because then obviously you have that situation where like your wife is 10 years older than you. What's it called? Would your spouse would even want to be with you, knowing that they're 10 years older than you?
I would say, I mean, that shouldn't really change a lot because remember, as women get older, they lose leverage in the dating game. You know what I'm saying? So if she had you,
But remember this: we grow. So that means you're at 10 years of growing without you.
Wait, 10 years of growing without you?
Well, I mean,
because she's technically still with you.
Technically still with you, but the person that you are when you jump into the future is you 10 years ago. Obviously, you today. So technically, all that growing that you did with that significant other,
you missed out.
You're no longer that. Yes, you're no longer that person that she was with for the last 10 years.
Yes, yes and no. Yeah, true. Because you missed that 10 years. However, you're still you. So the way you've been operating the past, let's say 10 years, normally you'd be operating the same. Obviously, things can happen within the 10 years. But yeah, if you were to jump in the future 10 years, dude, that's going to be tough and you were to jump in the future and get stuck. Now you have to take into consideration that you're already in the future. That's you. You know what I'm saying? So technically you would still, I mean, it depends on the timeline. It gets crazy because I guess you can remove yourself completely from 2022. Your body physically gets removed and then jumps 10 years. So now you're missing. You're missing for 10 years if you want to play that route. So you're dead, bro. You ever seen that show, right? Manifest, with the plane goes missing for 5 years, and then people have moved on. So you can play that scenario, which I think might be the only scenario. If you're physically leaving in 2022, you jump through a portal to go 10 years away, you're missing from 2022, bro. You're gone. They're going to consider you dead after X amount of days or years. So your family technically will move on without you. For you to then re-show up 10 years later, it's literally like the show Manifest, bro. Literally. Crazy. So when you actually break it down, it gets pretty crazy.
Yep. All right.
But guys, it's 2:34. Holy shit, what a discussion, bro. This was awesome. I really enjoyed this episode today, man. This was awesome. Thanks to everybody that actually joined in for a bit, while working. I know our time that we stream, every Monday/Tuesday. You guys are usually at work, so for you to, some of you, even one or two of you to participate is actually pretty awesome. This was episode 4. We talked about time travel. We might be able to bring this back sometime in the future. for a future podcast, like we kind of want to do with the whole alien one. So this was dope. Next podcast should be next Monday, right, Soul? Assuming that everything goes great with time and all that. We don't have a subject yet that we're going to be talking about. So comment below. Join our Discord. I'll see if I can probably post it there for those of you that are already part of a Discord. Feel free to let us know what topic you guys would like to see us talk about. That'll be pretty cool. And yeah, we pretty much want to get more involved with the community, have more community votes on the topics that we talk about, because it'll benefit, a lot of people, and it'd be cool, be a learning point for me and Soul. If we don't know anything about it, we can do some research and stuff like that. So guys, next Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern, throughout the week, coming close to next Monday, we'll have the topic, the thumbnail up. To get notified, just like, subscribe, hit that little bell button, and you'll get notified whenever we are about to go live. And I think it's set up by default, like 30 minutes prior. You'll get notified, hey, Untapped Podcast is going live in 30 minutes about this subject. It'll give you the whole thumbnail. We get it every week on our phones. So just be sure to hit that bell button, like, subscribe, trying to grow the channel a bit. And I think that's pretty much it. Soul, got anything else before we hop off? I know you got to head out.
Yeah, it's called, definitely exciting. We are in the midst of expanding and creating new things, whether it be, adding to Discord and stuff like that, to keep you guys informed in all things that's going on with the podcast, the channel, and things like that. By all means, feel free to comment, not just obviously during the live show, but during, just, playbacks and stuff like that of topics, or, hey, you guys should do this instead, constructive criticism to help us grow, not just as, individuals, but as a team. Me and Ra have been good buds for the last almost 2 years, or I think 2 years now.
Yeah.
What was it called? Yeah. And so, it's called, as much as, me and him, we get along great. What was it called? We are still learning on how to do a co-channel together, because obviously we were both part of our own channels.
Yes, sir.
And yep. So was it called? So yeah. So feel free to comment and let us know how, what you guys think of the episode, not just a like or a follow, which was very appreciated and very thankful. But let us know what's going on. Let us know how you feel with the channel. Whether hey, because again, the more feedback we can get from you guys, the stronger this podcast grows, because we know how to fix certain things, what to do. And I think that, each week, I think we're getting stronger and stronger on how we're presenting our topics, how we jive together, how we, feed off each other's, topics. I definitely watched our first episode, I think like a couple days ago, and I definitely see a big difference between this episode right now and the first episode. I remember I was called, one of the biggest things of our first episode is every 5 seconds I remember I was like over talking Ra. I was butting in. I was like, but like I said,
that's good.
It's called, we're growing. I appreciate every single one of you coming in, and even if it's just saying hi, I'm at work, but hi, it's great. I appreciate it. So definitely look forward to the next episode. See some of you guys back and supporting us again. Like I said, we'll have a topic and the thumbnail up sometime this week. And as usual, it's going to be a fun topic, because most of these things that I don't personally think about every single day. I don't think about aliens every single day. I don't think about time travel every single day of my life. So it's great to be able to spend an hour and a half with you guys and to think about these interesting topics, to think about in a more constructive way, because I don't know how you guys feel, but how I feel is like, if you're not learning things every day, you get complacent, you get bored. So I appreciate you guys coming in, and I hope you guys enjoy what you're watching. Other than that, that's all I pretty much have. So enjoy your day, and remember, live your life untapped.
Hey, there you go. Thank you, Soul. It's been an awesome day. As he said, he touched on pretty much everything there. Let us know, guys, in the comments below. We take this like very serious. We need to know how to make it a little bit better. We have our own little setups that are, pretty cool. I don't have the best camera. I'm literally recording right now wirelessly with an iPhone 12 mini, bro. This is how the feed is being transmitted right now. So anything with quality, anything you guys want to see changed, any topics, guys, you want us to talk about, like he just mentioned, please let us know in the comments below. We want to make this better. We want this to be our main thing aside from our side jobs and other, real life, other activities that we do. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to try to play this. We don't have an outro yet. We're still getting there, but I'm going to play the intro again so we can go ahead and end this podcast 4 officially. We'll see you for episode 5 next week. Remember, Monday, 1 p.m. Peace out.